You're watching Hindustan Times, and I'm Aditi Prasad. Politically, it has been a very interesting day in Maharashtra with the political blame game over the migrants' rush in suburban Bandra. The alliance government blaming the central government putting the uh, ball back in the Maharashtra government's and the alliance government's court, saying that it's a failure of the Maharashtra government and that they should have looked after the migrants. It's a law and order situation. Of course, but the migrant crisis is really not just limited to Maharashtra. Not too long ago, we saw harrowing visuals from Delhi where migrants were seen assembling at the borders, some ready to even walk 500 kilometers, 600 kilometers to go back to their towns or villages in eastern India. Down south in Telangana, Andhra, and even Kerala, the migrant crisis has really been brewing since the start of the lockdown. After all, what does a person do if especially the daily wages, if their livelihoods are suddenly they've come to a standstill? I'm joined today by Sachin Kalbag from Mumbai, Shivani Singh from Delhi, and Venkatesha Babu from Bangalore, my colleagues. And I want to start with Sachin, of course. Sachin, the political blame game has erupted. How is this helping anyone, of this entire suburban Bandra fiasco? I mean, are we losing focus of the real victims here, the migrants?
Yes, partly. Although the state government has taken action by asking the police to arrest at least two people this afternoon, and seven more were going to be arrested later this evening. As we speak, they might have been arrested. So one of the persons who was arrested, as you know, was a person called Vinay Dubey from Navi Mumbai, which is on the outskirts of Mumbai. And the second person was a journalist from a local Marathi channel, and both of them have been accused of spreading rumors of a special train being organized from Mumbai to go to different parts of India. Now, the people that we spoke to very clearly told us that they had lost their livelihoods, they had lost their jobs, and many of them had been evicted from their homes in Bandra East and some other places where they were staying on rent. The landlords decided that they did not have jobs and so they could not pay their rent, so they were evicted. So multiple socioeconomic factors were at play here. And today, of course, the political blame game began. Ashok Chavan, who's a minister in the state cabinet, he's from the Congress. He alleged that it was a conspiracy of the opposition and the central government had a role to play in it. The opposition, which is now led by the BJP and former Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis, retorted saying that the government currently does not have any hold on the law and order situation. So what has happened is that in the middle of all of this, the real issue of the migrants is not being made part of the real discourse. The discourse, Aditi, should have been, are these migrants being taken care of? Because most
Exactly.
of them, all of them, are daily wage laborers. With all the industries being stuck, they are not able to earn livelihoods. They cannot feed their families. They cannot feed their children. They cannot go to work. Obviously, they cannot earn, and they still have to pay rent. They still have to feed their children. So it's a multi-issue here. Lots of issues at play here, and many of them came from the slum areas of suburban Mumbai, and they were desperate to go back home. The people that we spoke to were from West Bengal, and they wanted to go back because they had no hope of resuming a livelihood here. There is a relief camp. I mean, there are multiple relief camps across the state. The capacity of those relief camps in Maharashtra is 70,000. And according to the state government, food and electricity is being provided there, hot water for bathing, etc., drinking water, etc., is being provided there.
Clearly, they're not very secure in their atmosphere. They're not being provided. Either they're not being provided, or they fear that even if they're being provided for today, they'll not be provided for tomorrow.
I think there are two or three errors that our state machinery can learn from this. One is direct communication that is early and effective. To be fair, the chief minister had addressed this issue twice earlier
Right.
lockdown. However, there was no sustained communication, Aditi. Apart from the early and effective communication, I think on-ground mobilization of political activists and the administration was not at play.
I really want to go to Venkatesh Babu at this stage, Venkatesh, because that these are, I mean, not in the thousands that they were gathered at Bandra station, but similar scenes were also are also common in Hyderabad.
Even before the Mumbai migrant crisis took off, there was a very similar thing which happened in Kerala about a week back, both in
Right.
places like Kottayam, Kochi, and elsewhere, where thousands of migrants, primarily from Odisha, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, and the northeastern states, had come together on the streets and protested, saying that they should be allowed to go back. Credit to the Kerala government, which can be used as a kind of a template in how to address this issue. What they did was a couple of things. One, they involved even opposition leaders. Shashi Tharoor, for instance, the ruling party in Kerala is the Left Front, but they roped in Shashi Tharoor, who can speak Bengali fluently. He grew up partly in Calcutta.
Right.
He came and addressed the migrant workers in Bengali. They also roped in well-known footballer like I am Vijayan, who actually came and spoke to them. One of the grievances of the migrant workers was they weren't getting the kind of food which they are accustomed to. They were getting only South Indian food, which was being distributed by the Kerala government. So immediately the government stepped in and said that we will provide rations, we will handhold you, whatever is required, we will try and address to help solve this issue. However, unfortunately, today in Hyderabad, there was a similar eruption of a large number of migrants. Hyderabad, the large number of migrants come in from places again like borders, neighboring states like Odisha, Madhya Pradesh,
Right.
and other states. Once they came to know that the lockdown has been extended till 3rd
Extended.
of May, some
Yes.
of them just decided to up and start walking. In Karnataka too, last week we saw a migrant who walked all the way from Bangalore to Bellary. She died due to lack of food, intense heat. This is the summer month, peak of summer in southern India. So governments need to be a little bit sensitive. They need to reach out, communicate better, and I think that the Kerala template would help.
Shivani, can I just come to you? The Delhi government, after the crazy scenes that were seen at the borders of the national capital a few weeks ago, the Delhi government seems to have now got its acts together.
Yes. So, after what happened at Anand Vihar, the government moved in very fast, and we had the government opening up shelter homes. There were food distribution centers which are set up from vacant buildings, from government schools. Even the Delhi police has got very active in this, and many of their personnel are now involved in distributing food to the migrants and to the homeless. But there are problems. There are some shelter homes where there is crowding. There's issues of social distancing norms not being maintained. There are issues with the facilities. Just last week, we had a case in shelter home, which was there was stone pelting and it caught fire. There is so are there, so, and there are many shelter homes where you don't have that much occupancy while the other ones are crowded. And it's the same for distribution centers, food distribution centers. There's some places where they run out of food very fast. In other centers, there are not enough takers. Communication is very important. And to certain extent, we see that the government is sort of proactive on this, So, for instance, there were reports of some migrant workers seeking shelter under a bridge on the Yamuna. And as these news reports came out, there were many people from the government, including Kejriwal himself, and he's now promised to take them back to shelter homes. So when there were reports of what happened in Bandra, in Bombay, the chief minister posted a video message where he appealed to all the migrant workers in Delhi to stay put and not believe in rumors.
So we'll keep coming back to you with more.